Hey everybody, I am live. I am a little early. I say 3:30-ish, and that's why it keeps me from feeling trapped into a schedule. So, this is a live demonstration, and you can skip through the parts that don't interest you or the ones that get a little boring. This is my portrait journal. And it's just one of those things that kind of accidentally happened. I love painting faces, so I thought, what better way to use this book, which has all different kinds of surfaces in it, use it to be my practice, if you will. I don't have anything there yet. And I'm also part of Robyn McClendon's design team, and we share each other's printable backgrounds and pieces. So sometimes I do, this is on a piece of sheer fabric. Sometimes I do my portraits using a collage of one of my teammates' printables. This one's from Rachel Juanita, the Soul Rain artist, and this one is on Robyn McClendon's. And I like to incorporate parts of the paper into what I'm painting. I guess that's it. I'm not in any hurry. Lord knows I got plenty of pages to fill. But that is my book, and I am having a ball with it. So today, one of the people that I follow on Twitter posts pictures of old photography and paintings of note, and I really enjoy it. And today I just happened to see this, and the lighting took my eye. So that's where I am, just sitting here waiting for the crowd to get here. I sometimes get quiet when I'm painting, so if you have any questions, put them in all caps, and one of the moderators will answer you if they can, or yell at me a little bit louder to if they can't answer. I reorganized my studio a couple of weeks ago, and while things are a whole lot better, there are some things that I can't remember where I put them, so it'd be obvious where they were. Hi, Patti. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love doing it. And since I've started doing these demos on live on YouTube, my comfort level, accuracy maybe, has gone way up. So that I'm tickled with. And I'm glad you joined in today. Got to get rid of my last of my liquid lunch. And no, it's not vodka. I don't do that till later. I'm early and just waiting for some folks to come in. I was the same way, Patti, on encaustic. I was the same way on oil, too. I didn't want to do it. I was scared of it. It was, oh my God, there are too many rules. Well, as it turns out, the rules that there are very, very simple and logical. And now I love it. But encaustic, yeah, scary. But it's really easy. It's really easy. So just jump in there and try it. I gave you some ideas on how to do it without breaking the bank with a coffee cup warmer, a griddle from thrift store, and buy your medium. And if you have oil paint, you can mix your own colors. You can't do it with acrylic or watercolor. Pan pastels you can put on the clear gesso. If you have pan pastels, they work great. But oil is the only thing you can mix with the medium. And you don't have to make your own medium. I just like to do things like that. And I still make it occasionally, but I always keep the pre-prepared on hand. And I really, really do like it. That and a heat gun, which you already have. So all you need to do is invest about, well, I don't know, $30 and you're ready to go. Chip brushes are great. The ones that you get at paint stores or at Walmart, the ones that are like $4 for $1 or what, they're probably more than that now. I ordered, I think it was 12-pack each of 3 sizes from Amazon. It was next to nothing. Those are great for encaustic. They're great for a lot of things, as a matter of fact. Good. I'm glad. I enjoy helping other people find their way to art, rekindle it from grade school, or get over their fear of going from a junk journal and gluing pieces of paper down to actually trying to learn how to paint. And I do it all. So I love doing junk journals with trash. It's a different mindset, and it is still considered art in my book anyway. It's just an art of expression, and it's such an easy step from that to this. I've got another tip today that I'm going to share with you guys. And I've got my beginner's art class on half off during the coronavirus. And I go into more detail on watercolor, encaustic, oil, and soft pastel. So it's a real good basic introduction to all those things and how to make a circle turn into a ball, and the basic elements of art that are there no matter what you're doing. Not glamorous and not flashy, and there are a few projects, but it's not project-based. It's not technique-based. It's kind of like Art 101 in college. Not that I took art in college. I did for one day. And we went outside to paint, and I'd never done anything like that before. He said, draw the tree. I drew the tree. And then he came around and said, that's not what I meant. I don't want to see a tree. Well, that just completely blew my mind. So I quit. And I was also in the piano program. It was fine arts major. And I realized I was going to have to get a practice room and practice piano for 4 hours a day. And I'd done that all the way through high school. And I thought, do I really want to keep doing that? And then when he was ugly to me in class, I decided I'd move over to business. There was another reason too. At that time, you didn't have to take Western Civ or biology, which were known as flunk out courses. Now everybody has to take those. So I snuck in under the wire. We're going to have some folks come drifting on in. Since the virus and people have more time at home, there's so many lives. Viewership has gone down during a live, but it has picked up with people catching replays. There's too much to choose from. I have the same problem. Look at her hair. That just makes me smile every time I look at it. And I don't know what this is going on, but yeah, it's a journal. Goodness, we've got a peanut gallery going on. Hi, everybody out there and listening and watching land. I think I'm going to go ahead and start. Patti can be my star today. She's here live in chat, and we're going to get going. What time is it? 3:38. Yeah, Joyce will be along here in a little bit. She almost never misses. And Gail, Nancy. So, how about we just wait for a couple more minutes? Aren't you guys out there in YouTube land? Say hi, pop in so I know you're there. I know, it's scary. Sometimes you just want to watch and not let anybody know you're there. Finishing my coffee. I actually was not in the frame of mind to come live today. I was going to talk myself out of it. And I thought, no, you always come out of the studio with a better attitude. So get your lazy butt in there and figure out what you're going to do. I love this part. Okie doke. I just said that I'm following a gentleman on Twitter from France. And I think I put his link in there. Robyn's. No, I didn't. Let me get his Twitter. See, I just thought I was organized. Daniel Brahmi. Let me put that in the chat. Daniel KB. Yeah. Hi, Nikki. Well, I'm fixing to get it going here. All right. He posts pictures of 20s, late 1800s paintings and photography. And I enjoy seeing it come through in my feed as opposed to all the political stuff that I keep thinking I need to watch. So this one came across today, and I was immediately captured by the lighting. This is called Rembrandt lighting, and it's where the light is situated. You can't see it. Up, not at a 90-degree angle from the face, but pointed up a little bit so that the light is hitting right in here. And you arrange that light so that the nose forms this shadow pattern on the left side of her face, left to us, right to her. And this is called a shadow shape. And there are lots and lots of portrait artists who paint with shadow shapes. And one of the more famous ones is Daniel Green, Greene. He just passed away this last summer, but that was his thing. He advocated that if you could paint that shadow shape correctly, your face and proportions and all that was pretty much done. And this is Rembrandt lighting because the old masters didn't have good light, so they painted by daylight through a window. And this was, they didn't have options to set up several different lights. This photo obviously has another light back behind her and then one on the front. But in Rembrandt days, this would have all been dark. So I thought it would be fun to show you guys what I mean. And here's her face at the size I'm going to do it. And I did make just a few position marks on my page. Let's see. I want to get her lined up. Yeah, that's good. Now then, you can see the shape around her nose, the side and the upper lip, the chin, and all of this hair stuff has got dark running all the way through it. But this is a map of her face with this lighting. So I'm going to put that right there. I'm painting with casein again today. I have got to find my casein emulsion. And I'm working with, I don't have a black in this, and my alizarin crimson is liquid, so I need that emulsion to use that. So I can't mix a really good black. This rose will not make a good black. So what I've got here is ultramarine and burnt sienna. And together they make a really nice range of color for a monochromatic type painting. Hey, Rosie. So what I'm going to do, and I've mixed it and I've got some white up here, so I can go and make it lighter. I can make it more blue. I can make it more brown, whatever I decide I want to do. So I don't mix it beforehand. There, that helps. Now, now I didn't want any white right there. It's okay. I'm going to see if I can paint quickly. Let me get some water. This will give us an excellent start. Yeah, no, I'm copying. It doesn't matter. Unless I'm practicing my drawing skills, I don't care. If I'm practicing my drawing skills, I will do it slow and methodic and enjoy the process. The page that I'm using is from Robyn McClendon's March printables. Picked it all up. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. And this. I guess I deemed it not necessary to paint that. So then up in here, so this is all dark. You shifted it. Way to go. That's right, that's right. Up in there. What have I got there? Oh, this area. When I'm doing this with you guys, I'm not really paying much attention to this process. Okay. Now then. Okay, I'm going to throw that away. Or not throw it away, but leave it. So, there we have the shadow shape. And I can get the rest of it the old way of just measuring. The old way. Yeah. Now this, yeah, we do have a line there and a line up here. And that, and this comes across right here. And that's her eyeball. And then her eyebrow. There, you could quit. Hey, L'Oreal. Or L'Oreal, I'm sorry. I read crooked. Rosemary and I are missing each other. We're having pains. Or I am anyway. Above the eyebrow. About right here. I mean, at first we miss winter because the time zone change. The light gets dark, and I live an hour away or an hour and a half. And don't really go in the winter to visit and play unless somebody else will drive that can see at night. And see how I got a little bit more of the brown in that area. And I want to casein is water-based until it cures. And even then you can dilute it for 100 years or so with ammonia or something like that. So we've got a shadow coming up here that's not as dark as over here. So I'm going to leave that. I'm going to measure and make sure. And I'm not. Hush, baby. Okay. So I may have been more right the first time. Looks like I'm going to have to go let a baby out. Now that's not right, I know, because that's beautiful. I want to get this right now before I go any further. So that is right. So that needs to measure to the mouth. Oops, there you go. It's close. Close. Doing the dance. I want to get that little. We'll just even with this, so it's got to come down a little. Even with the nose. Just a minute, Beach. I'll take a break. And then from here to here. All right, I'm going to have to take care of my little man. And this is under her eye. right? Yeah. And that's how that goes. All right, take a break. I will be right back. Get down off that wall. All right. Ooh, look at there. Got a likeness already. Then you can't tell where you are. Let's see. Pretty close, pretty close. This comes on down. Bring it on down to Sleepy Town. If you quit moving it, maybe. Get it right. Right here. Right here. Then you see that these are just tools. They're not end all be all. Hey, Beck. Hey, Joycey. Glad to see you guys. Okay. You know what? It's more like that. And her chin. And this is the part that a lot of people don't like about portrait painting. Whoops. 32 gig camera card doesn't need to slide into the paint. I'm still doing my dark thing. Just watching where this is another trick that professional photographers do, is they shift the background from a light to a dark, and they have the opposite. They have the light side of the face against the dark. No, wait. Yeah, light face against the dark background and dark face against the light background. And now I have the fun of deciding how much of the background I want to leave. And so this right here. And up here. And that is the white part, the light part. And curl. And the ever-present handy wipe. Now, I wouldn't do this in a real painting because I do want the background to show. I want those papers to show. So if I just put a real light wash back here, and I did put some speckled egg. Let's see, that is, yuck. Why didn't y'all tell me I had a booger on the end of my brush? Oh, I see. It's this color that leaked all over the palette. Okay, let's go from the nose. So her hair is out here. Yeah, there. That's where the blonde is. Her cheekbone. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so the neck comes down to about right there. Do you see why I always work with the same size photo? And from there to there, so I've got that a little bit too narrow, so again, if y'all missed it, shame on you. I'm using ultramarine cassine. Hang on just a minute, that's Randy. Hello, I'm filming. I will when I get through. I don't know, it'd be about 5:30. Well, I'm sorry. Bye. Calls me in the middle of when I'm filming to ask me to soak the pork for dinner tonight. It's too late. I am busy. We always soak. Ow, 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 my arm. Let's see. The mouth comes out a little bit. Soak our pork and our chicken. Okay, so that neck ends on the side of her nose, which is about right there. And then her chin comes out to about right there. There it is. Check it now. Because it will save you time later. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. And this is just another way that I've told you that you can attack doing a portrait. Now let's do a little bit of work. Whoops. Remarkable range of values. That's dark to light that you can get. Now they're ready to come back in. Don't ever draw the mouth if you can do these shadow shapes. All right, I will be right back. Whew. In the big house, it would have taken me 30 minutes to do that. Excuse me, I just burped in y'all's ear. I want a curl. And then another one right here. And then soften this because it's not the same quality of dark all the way. I better check to see if y'all are talking about me. Hey, Nancy. I figured y'all'd be along. And now I've got her eyes to doesn't look like anything, does it? Yeah. Damn close. Looks right on the money to me. That looks too doot. Yep, that's about right. I don't know why my brushes wear out. Just refining the outlines a little. Just a wet wipe. It's not very wet right now. From the bottom, there, from the bottom. And that could come out a little bit. I love vintage photos. They always look so serious. Okay, so now check the mouth. It's real close. So you can't just depend on this measurement, because what if your mouth is off? I really don't like using black. I think her chin is really messing me up here. It's close. And I've resigned myself to the fact that I guess I'm just going to be a realist. I see what some other people do with their they don't worry so much about exact, but it's kind of hard to undo what you've been trained to do. And I also don't know why we're never happy with any gifts we've been given or worked for. I'm one of those that says talent is not required, but you do have to have the want to. So that might be in your DNA. I want that lip to be darker. I'm going to assume that her mouth is the right width. No, better. Remember me telling you that your instinct is to have everything face forward? Well, I just did that to her lips. When in actuality, it comes over like that a little more. And then up. Cast shadows here. That's a cast shadow from her nose. Have a hard edge. Form shadows where it's curving or soft. So there's my lesson for you today. Minor little adjustments can make all the difference in the world. And see, I'm in a better mood already. Do I have any questions out there about what I'm doing here? I am right on with drawing, I think right here. Oh, I know something else that's throwing it off. Better. Look at that, look at that, look at that. I see all these patterns from the paper coming through and almost looking like a dress. All right, questions? Yeah, I'll split your complimentary. I did some more on that project yesterday. Triads. This is warm. Ultramarine, cad red, and cad yellow. And that's in the professional paint. And this is the same process, same amount of wetness and everything. This is student grade paint. Ultramarine, the cad red hue, and the cad lemon. So, and then I also explained a little bit. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with these yet. I've got 14 so far. All right. That is awfully wet. It'll never, ever stick. I've got a light, mostly white. And I'm going to, I made a decision. I'm going to do the lightest lights. And let the midtones show through. I just politely got her lip going downhill. And this comes out. That's the brow bone. The eyeballs are never white. Ooh. You're having as much fun as I am? What was I trying to do up here? There's that. We're starting the casein soak in now. And don't forget that right here will always be a little bit shadowed because the brow bone is sticking out. So it's going to be lighter on the top where it catches the light, and then it goes down into a little bit of a darkness and then comes out. That's what gives that face dimension. I don't like this area, but we know that's easy enough to fix. Little baby steps. And she's got a little bit of a highlight right here. I like to put them in anyway because it makes those eyes come to life. Righty now. How now? Let's work on a little bit of this purple up here. Give her some pose. They start down from her chin about right there. Pearls and stuff like this are an illusion. Illusion. I want them to come down like that. I watched a show on the girl with the pearl earring the other night, video, and they were doing a not really a renovation, but a new new technology of looking underneath the paint. Anyway, they said her earring is not an earring at all. It's just two blobs of paint. A gray shadow shape and then a little tiny highlight. So it's the illusion. You got to give your viewer something to finish on their own. And if you finish these to realism, you have to remind yourself that you're not doing an ad for a jewelry store. Got some red in there now. Got to be clear on what you want people to look at. Now, if I want to tone that, y'all can't see what I'm doing. I just mixed up some of that rose and the ultramarine. I got a good bright color here. So if I come in and dull it with a little bit of green, see, just graze it down. And the light is hitting on this side. And then last, as it goes up here, and then these are, believe you me, I couldn't get into painting. A real pearl necklace. Now remember, if you want a brighter white, you got a little bit of yellow. Mellow yellow. Now we know that that's not going to last. The shoulder ends right there. Check my. Ooh la la. Ah, getting a little chunky now. That's one of the things about casein is that it can have texture like oil. So let's what are we going to do? I just want some whitish. Again, just painting shapes. I'm not painting hairs. I don't know why my brushes wear out. Come on now, play with me. Now I'm just playing with the parts that soak in. And bring those eyes, the eyeballs in a little bit. I think that just about said all I want to say here. Her name is Anna. What do you think? What do you think? Hello, I'm back. That's a damn good likeness. I'm happy with that. Well, they didn't do much with their hair back then, did they? It's kind of frazzled. And maybe this was just a bad hair day. Now, you see what I mean about shadow shape? It was almost, I had to do very little afterward to it to get a good likeness. And I can see some paper. Not just a whole lot, but that's the fault of the artist. I'm having a ball with this book. Where were you going with that, Lucy? Not in here, maybe? Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's what happens when you use a liquidy paint. Back away from the painting. All of a sudden, she grew a beard. Do y'all have any questions? Just for grins, I'm going to see how close I was or am. Just right on target, pretty much. Cool. And this line right here is a cast shadow, so it needs to be just a little heavier. Step away from the painting. Can I just put a little more white accent on those pearls, please? Okay. That's done. I put the link to Daniel's Twitter handle. Y'all might enjoy his posts. I know I do. And if I do, I know you will. It's not perfect, but I guess it's about as perfect as it's going to get. Oh, thanks, Nancy. Try it. If anybody has any questions, be sure and let me know. I will try my best to answer them. This was Robyn's paper from February, March. She could almost be a 60s bouffant hairdo there, couldn't she? So I'm going to take that away. I have no idea when YouTube takes its pictures, but I end up with some good ones. You know, show the whole mess on my desk. Strong light values. That's what gives you something really good to work from. I know I've told y'all at some point that it's phthalo everywhere. One of my first commissions was a friend's mother who had passed away, and her daughters and another friend wanted to know that if they paid for the framing, would I do a portrait of her mother? I said, yeah, I could do that. I'd do that. It's all over now. I'm dying. Turning into the green monster. Anyway, since it was a surprise, they didn't have access to very many pictures. And what they gave me to work with was a snapshot with the sun shining in her face and another pose same day with a little more shadow, but not much. So that was the time that I did a I'm looking at here to here, quit. I sculpted a head, a life-size head. And then when I got that where I liked it, then I could turn the head and get the shadows more like that. I enjoyed it. I could have been a sculptor earlier. It's so expensive and so heavy, and you got to deal with foundry and, you know. So, quit looking at her. Quit. I'm talking to myself. I do that all the time. So her next journey will be to the other room where she will sit. And dry and cure and turn kind of dull like that one. All right, let me see. Let me see. Thank you, Laurel. I am so glad that I went ahead and painted today. I was trying to talk myself into doing other things that involved sitting in my chair. So I made myself get up, and I'm glad I did. Alrighty, I think I'm going to go early, and I'll go soak that pork for Le Master. And maybe we'll have some, stop it, put the paint away. Anyway, we soak it in kosher salt and sugar. And it really, really does make good. All right, quit looking at it. Talking to myself here. Okay. If y'all don't have anything else for me, I will see you Tuesday. I'll gladly pay your Tuesday for a hamburger today. All right. I watched way too much Popeye when I was growing up. Over and out. Love you guys. Have a great weekend.